This conference will now be recorded.
Jay Gopal? Yeah, you asked Jay Gopal. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Not Venu. Venu, Jay Gopal. I am asking Jay Gopal from UK.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Sir, that JPL lady wants to talk to you. She wants to pay the fees before continuing the session.
Okay, tara po po isirunane.
Okay,
Kada message pa.
you schedule her. Yesterday she called me that you want to pay the first term fee before continuing the session.
Sure, tara.
You can attend today's session, but you want to
Okay,
discuss with. Okay.
no
Thank you.
issues.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, kada message amcha. Okay.
Okay. So now what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about how to do. We have already discussed about the installation of Jenkins on Linux. Here, how to install on Windows. This is our start of our discussion. Then after that, we will do this hands-on practical. Okay. So which I did in the last session. So how to install on Linux. Then here in this case, we are going to make use of this EC2 instance from AWS Cloud, and the Linux variant that we are going to use is Amazon Linux. So at that time, I had faced some issues with respect to this. In terms of Amazon Linux, we have Java 1.7, that is JDK 1.7, that is a pre-install. While doing this Amazon Linux and while getting this installation of Jenkins from repository, so what happened here is the Jenkins repository will install by default 1.7. But with respect to this Amazon Linux has been concerned, it won't support the 1.7. Okay, Java JDK, it is expecting 1.8. So because of this, here you couldn't make the start of the Jenkins services. So how this problem has been resolved? Okay, and another thing in terms of security group, we have faced some issues. Okay, so here how to resolve some issues associated. You will also face the same similar sort of issue that I faced. So that if I had recorded that session, what I did. Okay, so if we can continue with that, you will have aware of what sort of problem that happens, then how to resolve those problems. Okay, this is the agenda for today's session. So once installation of Jenkins has been over, we will discuss about the configuration. In terms of configuration, so how to start the Jenkins server, how to do the major configurations. We will be dealing with 5 different types of configuration in terms of Jenkins has been concerned. Okay, so here what are all the things that you need to configure, how to configure. Okay, environment in terms of configurations, we will be dealing with this global configuration. Under the global configuration type, we need to configure the following thing. We need to configure environment for Jenkins. Okay, how where to run the task, what are all the requirements associated with running the task, which machine that particular task will be run. Similarly, we need to specify some tools to run the task. What are all the details of the tools that we are going to use for a particular task? For example, if you are going to run a .NET, okay, so you need a build a tool called MS Build. You need to have some associated .NET functionalities. You need to have some MySQL. Like what are all the things that you are in need of with respect to running your particular application? The tools that you need to configure. More importantly, there is a pre-configured plugins associated. If Jenkins want to interact with a build tool like Maven, what it need to have a Maven plugins, how to install those plugins and how to configure those plugins to make a communication with Jenkins. And the more important thing, how to configure this master and slave. So which node need to be act as a Jenkins master, which node need to be act as a Jenkins slave, and finally the job. These are all the 5 major configurations, the global configurations that we need to make use of. We are going to discuss about those configurations. Okay, so as I already told, with respect to Jenkins, Jenkins is a master slave. Okay, we have a Jenkins master. We need to configure Jenkins here, and then we have a multiple slave machines under which we need to run. Okay, some task may need a Red Hat Linux. Okay, so I need the master to submit the job. For example, job one to be configured. Being it is a web server, here in this machine I need to configure the Apache to web server. So some job J2 maybe need to have a Windows machine. The Windows plus .NET need to be configured. So these are all the slave machines where the actual job is running. This is the master who directs the job to the appropriate slave. So we need to configure where which machine need to act as master, which machine need to act as a slave. All those things that we need to configure with respect to this master slave, and where the job need to be done, you need to specify under the job configuration. So this is the agenda for today's session. Just we discuss the installation of Windows. We start with installation of Windows and we do installation on Linux. And then at that time, and so here I had a recording of this what we did in my previous session. So I faced certain issues. I am going to replay how to resolve those issues. Then after that we deal with how to do this global configuration. Okay, what is how to connect with Jenkins and how to break Jenkins the secret username and password and how to connect with it. What are all the global configurations that has been listed? This is the agenda for next 1.5 hours. Okay. So I think so you have already aware of what is Jenkins. Jenkins is a continuous integration tool. Okay, so which facilitates the fast building of a software development life cycle. Okay, so here similar to that of Jenkins, we have several tools like we have Bamboo, we have TeamCity, we have several tools similar to that of Jenkins. Bamboo is one of the most widely used tools. So it is an Atlassian product. Bamboo is nothing but the Atlassian product. Okay, which have Jenkins as its base. On top of it, they have configured some new features, which is Jenkins plus some new features. Bamboo contains. Okay. If time permits, I also let you know how to configure Bamboo. So today's discussion is going to be with Jenkins. So let me first start with the agenda. How to install Jenkins on Windows. Okay, you can use Windows 7 or 8 of any version. The prerequisite is this. In that machine, you need to have Java JDK 1.8. That is the prerequisite. Minimum prerequisite is Java need to be configured. Okay. Yes. So minimum you need a 1 GB of RAM, a free space of 1 GB of RAM for Jenkins services to run. The prerequisites for installing Jenkins. It is recommended to go for JDK 1.8. Okay, it is minimum recommended. So with respect to this Jenkins Windows has been concerned. Okay, there are two types of releases. One is long-term support release and second one is weekly release. So it is recommended to go for LTS, long-term support release. So every 3 months once, that is every 3 weeks once, so this will be released. Okay, they are stable releases and they have been tested for each and everything. And this release is intended for end users. The end user is going to use Jenkins, need to download this LTS. So weekly releases, every week once, 1 week once that they will release it, and then it will be used by this Jenkins user community, and they will identify in case of any bugs and report to the Jenkins, and then the bugs will be resolved. Okay, so here these releases are intended towards plugin developers. The plugin developers will make use of these releases, and in case if they faces any issues and they report to Jenkins community and they will do a debugging. Okay, so once it is fixed, then every problem has been fixed and it will be released under the LTS. So this is the recommended version that we need to go for. Okay, we will use LTS release so that it will remain that without any problem. Okay, so here where to download Jenkins? Okay, you can download the Jenkins as I told for Windows under the following location: https double slash Jenkins .io. Under IO you can find the download. If you click on this, it will take you to the platform. It will list you all the things. Okay, now let I click on. I had already downloaded Jenkins in my system. I will show how to download Jenkins for Windows. Okay, download Jenkins for Windows. You can find the location: https jenkins.io.download. Click on this. So these are under two versions: LTS, long-term support, and weekly release. Okay, long-term support are chosen every 3 weeks from the stream of regular releases. New release is produced weekly, deliver bug fixes and features to users and plugins. It is mainly meant for developers. You need to go for left-hand side of LTS. Here you can also deploy Jenkins in Azure cloud. You can also download Jenkins for Docker. So you can download Jenkins for Docker and you can start by using Docker start to create a container and you can connect with this very simple thing. So here these are all various Jenkins releases associated with the above said operating system. Here you need to go and download the Windows based version. Okay, the version that we are interested in it is Windows. We need to click on Jenkins Windows based version. It will take you to a Windows file. Okay, so here you want to click on this download. Now you can find Jenkins 2.1.138.2. Okay, which is a zip file which comes okay downloaded. So the file size is 118 MB. So I had already downloaded this. Okay, so to show you, this is the file that will be downloaded. This is the zip file. Okay, Windows archive. So you can double click, it will untap. Okay, so here we have a Jenkins.msf. If we click on, it will be untapped. You have a Jenkins.msf file. Okay, this is the file that you need. If you simply click, it will here take you to the following process. What I can do here is, now since I have already configured Jenkins in my machine, if I try to configure another time, it may lead to error. I will install this process. I will continue this process in another laptop where I didn't install Jenkins up to now. Okay, now I am connecting with another machine. I am continuing this process here. Yes, here is my another machine where I have Jenkins. Okay, under my download. Here I have a Jenkins under the following locations download. Jenkins, okay, 2.138.zip, double click, close. Jenkins, click on Jenkins MSI. it will start its Windows installation. Okay, so simply click on next. Here you can choose the default path C colon program files. If you want, you can change it, else you can choose the default path and let it begin installation. So here we completed this installation. Jenkins got installed. Then you want to open using localhost colon 8080. It took some time. Kindly wait for a while. Okay. So Jenkins being it is a configured, you want to open a localhost. Then here you need to unlock a password. So after that you need to unlock a password. It took some time to configure. Okay. It took minimum 3-4 minutes.
Raman sir, but if we don't want port 8080 would be used by most of them. So if we don't want it in a certain port, then what should we
You
do?
don't want to use 8080 port, you want to map it with another port.
Correct. Because 8080 would be used by many other applications.
Yeah, that is the case. You want to map it to another port. Okay. So
Yes, but
after
that
some,
install
what
won't
you
allow
need,
us to do anything. It's wonderful.
so you want to open it. So here, what you need to do, you need to unlock Jenkins by supplying administrator a password. Next thing, you need to do a unlock of Jenkins. Please mute yourself, participants. In case of doubt only, you unmute, else it is causing external noise. Unlock Jenkins. Okay. So unlock, or you can call it as a unblock. How to unblock? By supplying an administrator password. So here you want to first what you need to do. So after the completion of this installation, now your browser tab will be automatically pop up as it did. Okay, so it prompts you for if you open this new browser http colon double force. So here being it is on a single machine, you can specify either local host or it is a IP address. Followed with, but this is the default port where Jenkins is running. If you want to make it, you need to map this port, okay, to another port. I will let you know how to make a mapping of this port in my Linux, where I am going to configure on EC2 instance. Okay, so here the Jenkins start here. The unlock menu will be unlock screen will be the unlock Jenkins here. It asks for an administrator password to unlock. So the administrator password has been stored under a location where you got installed. Assume that you install Jenkins under a default location of C colon program files. Okay. So under program files, a folder by name Jenkins will be created, under which there is another folder by name secrets, under which you can find initial admin password, a file by name initial admin password. So this is the password file that you need to open. Okay, so here you need to open this initial admin password, and there is a password, and you need to copy the password and you need to paste the password here. So that is the step that you need to go up with. Yes. Now here in the machine, now we can find I installed Jenkins C colon. I install Jenkins here. Under the Jenkins, okay. Let us check here. This is the machine. In the program files, we have a Jenkins. We have a file by name secrets. Under the secrets, you will be having this initial admin password. Okay. Here you can find a master key. Utility secret. Okay. This is the different version. Okay, so this is the key that you need. Okay, this is the secret key that you need to have. Then after you want to make use of this secret key. Okay, Jenkins under secret you will be having this key. Please make a note. So, this initial admin password here need to be here copied and it need to be placed here. Now I will connect it to this machine. Now it was ready. It took minimum 4-5 minutes. Okay, please make a note. It took minimum, once you install Jenkins, it took minimum 4-5 minutes to do that. Now you can find I am sharing the screen of another laptop where this thing will happen. Okay, so this localhost 8080. So here it asks for unlock Jenkins. The NQ Jenkins is securely set up administrator. A password has been returned to the log. So here not sure where to find it, and this file is on the server. Okay, this is the location. Yes, program Jenkins secrets initial admin password. So here what you need to do, you want to copy the admin password, you want to paste the password here. Please make a note. Okay, you can verify where to look for this into the Jenkins login. Okay, so you can go with this following login. So if it is a Windows system, here the Windows system, the log will be under the Jenkins home and Jenkins start out. Okay, so here you need to open this. You need to open this Jenkins start out file where the corresponding initial password will be made available. Please make a note. Okay, this is the default location. C::program files. This is the location where we have installed Jenkins. Under which secret there is a file with initial admin password. Okay, you want to copy the file. Let me verify. Under C::, we have Jenkins. Under Jenkins we have an identity key encryption, Jenkins error log, Jenkins exe. So this is the secret key file that we need. Okay, please make a note. So here you can find, let me check whether we can find the file under secrets, slave to master, initial admin password. Here you can find the initial admin password. Right click. So open with notepad. Okay, this is the password that you know. Okay, the secret key is different from initial admin password. You need this password. Please make a note. copy the password and move here, and you want to enter the admin password, simply paste the password. Yes, is it clear? Karthik sir, JP, J Gopal, Venu, you kindly make a so here it is under a where folder. In case of Linux, it will be under a different location. In case of Windows, this is the location where you can find the admin password. Okay, continue. Click on continue. Next, what you will, it asks for install suggested plugins and select plugins to install. So for each and every activity, Jenkins need a plugin. As I told, if Jenkins wants to communicate with Maven, it need a plugin. If Jenkins wants to communicate with JUnit or testing tools like Selenium, it need a plugin. If Jenkins wants to communicate with GitHub, it need a plugin. Therefore, what we need to do, if you know what are all the plugins that we need to go for, you can select plugins to install. If not, you can choose the default option of install suggested plugins. Okay, let I go on with install suggested plugins. Click install suggested plugins. It will show you some of the plugins that is going to be installed here. Now you can find these are all the plugins that it is installing. Git, PAM authentication pipeline, GitHub, Subversion. You can find these are all the Gradle. Okay, these are all the default plugins that you will install. It took some time for installation. Let me wait until then. Remember, it took 5-10 minutes to configure. Please wait. So these are all the plugins that we need to go for. So let me continue until then. So after that, what we need to do? So after this installing these plugins, everything has been perfect. Okay. So here it will start the installation and it will list all the plugins here. Then after all the specified plugins has been installed, so it will show you another screen called create admin user. After that, it will show you another panel which asks you to create admin user. It prompts you for a username, for a password. Okay, so confirm password. So you can give it as a username as root. You can give anything. I am going to give it as a username root, password root, and config as a root. And you need to continue. So once you have filled the above data, it will ask for URL information. Okay. So here only you need to specify the default installation instance for where your Jenkins is running. Okay. So here what you are going to do, by default it will be running on a local host. This is the thing that will be displayed under the port 8080. If you want to make it run on some other port, here you need to configure. Sir, Jacob sir, this is the answer for your questions. Okay. So if any of your application is running already in port number 8080, you can't use the same port for Jenkins. So what you need to do, you can go for configuring another port where Jenkins is running, and you can save the settings finally. So please make a note. If you want to do a change, here only you need to do a change, and after changing the change, and you need to click on save and continue. There is an option by name save and continue or save and finish. Once you configure, then Jenkins will be ready. So this is the process that it is associated with installation of Jenkins. Let me check whether Jenkins now is ready or not. Okay, it is still running. So it has configured some things. It needs another 4-5 minutes to configure. Now it configured okay, anti-gradle workspace time sample. It yet to configure the git subversions and so on. Let me wait for some time.
The person you are calling is busy on another call. Please hold on or call back later. அல்லது நீங்க வேலைக்கவும் आपके सभी का कॉल कर रही है वो इस समय किसी अन्य कॉल पर व्यस्त है कृपया होल्ड நீங்கள் தொடர்பு கொள்ள முயற்சிக்கும் நபரால் தற்பொழுது உங்களது அழைப்புகளை ஏற்க முடியும்
So minimum it took 10-15 minutes to configure. Okay. So it depends upon your internet speed. Okay, so here once everything is configured, then only we can start the services.
Raman sir, okay, did I hear it right that you said that you need one minimum of 1 GB RAM to install this?
Minimum 1 GB free RAM is needed. Okay, for running this Jenkins. இப்போ உங்க மிஷின்ல நிறைய other services கான்ஃபிகர் பண்ணிட்டு ஜென்கின்ஸ் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணும்போது பிலோ 1 GB அதாவது 256 இருந்தா போதுங்கிறாங்க. பட் இப்போ நான் என்கிட்ட இருக்கிறது 4 GB ஃப்ரீயா இருந்தே it took this much of time. Okay, it is recommended minimum to have 2 GB of free RAM. That is the mandatory condition. அவங்களோட ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன்ல 256 MB இருந்தா போதுங்கிறாங்க. பட் it won't be enough. Please let me wait for that. Okay, so it takes a little bit long time today. It usually takes within 10 to 15 minutes, everything will be complete. Up to now, any doubt in terms of this installation? Jacob or JP, Karthikeyan, Venu? Yes, is it clear?
No, sir. No, sir. It's fine.
No, sir, I'm fine.
Okay, okay. Once it is installed, you can open this local host. So what you need to do, so this is the already installed machine. If we click on local host colon 8080, now here it will start your Jenkins server. You can check Jenkins here. So to go for Jenkins, go to the services window. Okay, the services, under services we can find this Jenkins. So under services you can find Jenkins. So now it is found to be automatic. Right click, you click on start the service. To start the Jenkins service, by default it will be stopped. Now you can find the status of Jenkins service is running. Okay, so what you need to do, you want to open a browser and type the local host. Colon 8080. It took some time. Okay, it took some time. Once again 2 to 3 minutes. This is the laptop where I already configured. Okay, in the another laptop only the configuration is going on. Now this Jenkins menu will be displayed. So it prompts for a username and password. Here you need to give the username that I had already assigned to this machine as root and root. Then it will take you to the login. Now it was almost ready. Now this is the Jenkins screen. Okay, it happens here. These are all already assigned jobs. Here you need to go click on. These are all the servers that I configured already. Click on manage Jenkins. Here only, so here I need to configure the system, configure credentials, configuring security, global tool configuration, managing plugins. Okay, so here these are all the how to manage nodes, how to manage users. These are all the configurations that we need to discuss. All these configurations that we need to discuss on Jenkins. Okay. Now it is ready. The machine that we have configured here, it is almost ready. Okay, so now I go back to the machine. I'm going to give the control to that machine. Now it was almost installed. Okay, it asks you for a username and password. Here what I need to give, just you can give any name. I am giving a username as root, password as root, and confirm password as root, and full name Raman. Okay, email address we can give this address. Save and continue. Now, okay, so save the password. This is the Jenkins URL. Here you need, if you the Jenkins URL is used to provide the root URL for to various Jenkins resources. Okay, so here the proposed default value is not saved yet and is generated from the current request. If possible, you can do the change. The best practice is to set the value to the URL that the users are expected to use. If not, if you want to change the port here, you can change the port. Instead of 8080, you can change the port. If not, simply click on save and finish. Now Jenkins is ready. Okay, you can click on this start Jenkins. Now you can find it will take you to the Jenkins homepage. Okay, so welcome creating new jobs. So nothing. This is the Jenkins homepage. Yes, is it clear? How to configure and install Jenkins? Here, if you click on this manage Jenkins, here you can find these configurations. So configure security, configure credentials. If you click on this configure system, these are all configuring global settings and paths. In terms of Devops, Jenkins and Dockers are most important components. Okay, you need to have a thorough understanding for Jenkins and Dockers. So it will take you to the configuration tab. Even though I have around 4 GB of RAM left, so I am facing this much of speed. Okay, so it is a best practice to have a minimum of 2 GB of RAM.
So while this is getting configured, I went through your video of GitHub. Now, GitHub that you have put up, is it okay to ask something, or is it should I ask you later on after the class?
Here I yet to complete the GitHub. Okay, so here once Jenkins has been completed, I will let you know how to connect with this. Until then, we will be making all the things associated with the Jenkins in a clear-cut manner, how to configure, how to run a job, etc., etc. by simply having our program file in the local repository. So once Jenkins has been completed, then only I will let you know how to make an interaction between Jenkins and the GitHub repository. Okay, we have a complete workflow. GitHub, I need to complete GitHub. So I had a kickstarted what is GitHub, that's all. In the GitHub itself, I need to complete certain things. We have completed Git, fully Git.
No, that was not my question. So in my current company, even I use GitHub, but I use GitHub on the cloud. So we don't use any more GitHub on like
So our curriculum
desktop GitHub.
is linking Jenkins with GitHub only. So if you are in your premises, you make use of this Atlassian product of Bamboo. That too you can configure your repository. Whether your question is given the right answer, or I couldn't get your question more clearly. You want me how to make a configuration between Jenkins
இல்ல
and
இல்ல இல்ல சார் இல்ல சார் இல்ல சார் அப்படி இல்ல. நான் என்ன கேட்கறேன்னா வந்து GitHub வந்து நாங்க இப்ப கம்பெனில வந்து we are using it on the cloud.
yeah.
Git cloud யூஸ் பண்றோம். Git desktop.
இல்ல
So
Gitting
Git
is
desktop என்ன யூஸ் பண்ண connect.
a repository, open source repository where all the files can be shared. GitHub is a repository. Gitting is a tool which is a version control tool which is used to manage your software codings. இப்போ இதுல உங்களுக்கு இது கிட்ல கிட்டப்லயுமே கிட்டப் நீங்க கிட்டப்ங்கிறத என்ன மீன் பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல.
இல்ல சார் நாங்க GitHub daily தான் யூஸ் பண்றோம், but we use Git on the cloud rather than Git desktop version.
ஓகே, எந்த கிளவுட்ல யூஸ் பண்றீங்க? எந்த கிளவுட்ல யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க?
Git cloudல தான் இப்போதைக்கு டெஸ்க்டாப் யூஸ் பண்ணி ரொம்ப வருஷம் ஆயிடுச்சு நான். So Git on the cloud and everything like you can have so you need to look at the history or do anything, do differential, you can do everything on the cloud itself.
My question is Git இல்ல AWS cloudல Azure cloudல ஒரு இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் எடுத்து அதுல Git கான்ஃபிகர் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா? That is my question.
I'm not sure. You know, I just use it more as a user rather than installation. I've never done the installation part.
Okay, so here Git is a version control tool. Okay, so what you need to do, you can either install Git on your developer machine, or you can, if your machine has been given as a cloud EC2 instance in terms of Amazon, they might have configured Git in the EC2 instance. Okay, it is a environment, it is a machine where you configure Git in cloud. So please let me know your environment clearly. Once you have a Git, then I will let you know in case of any doubts. Without knowing where you are using, it is not possible for me to clarify. Usually this setup will be like thing. Okay, so here this is the configuration files. We will be dealing with these things. What is home directory, system messages, number of executors, labels, usage. Okay, we want to set up these environmental variables. Okay, you want to give this Jenkins location. So this is the URL. Okay, so here in case of any issues, you need to configure an email address of administrator. Here if you have a GitHub server, you need to here only you need to add the GitHub server. Okay, so if you want to specify the GitHub server configurations, URL need to be added here. Okay, once you click on this GitHub server, it prompts you for the name, it prompts you for the URL, it prompts for the credentials. Here only you need to attach the GitHub server. Okay, so here that thing will be discussed laterly. Okay, how to set up a GitHub server and so on will be set up later. Yes. So these are all the settings that you need to go for with manage the Jenkins. So here, Similarly, if you want to manage plugins, if you want to add, these are all the things that is need to be discussed. You have what are all the plugins that is currently available. If we click on available plugins, the currently installed, being Jenkins is a plugin management tool. For each and every action, we need a plugin. Okay, so here all the available plugins will be listed here. What are all the plugins that is available? Okay, these are all the plugins that is available in the repository, plugin repository. For example, if you want a MS build, if you are going to work with .NET, okay, so you want to choose this plugin. This plugin makes it possible to build a Visual Studio project. Okay, so here you choose this and you click on this install. Okay, so here download and install after restart or install without restart. Certain plugins may be installed without restarting. It may work fine. Certain plugins need a restart. So you can choose any option to make use of it. This is the way by which you can install the plugins. Okay, how to do installation, how to do other activity will be discussed. So today's discussion is going to be with how to install and how to configure the plugin on a Windows. If this is itself took this much of time, another 1 hour 45 minutes that we need if we go with a discussion on how to install and configure on a Linux. This is already installed. This is the machine already. It shows the installation already installed in my another laptop. Okay, so I already you can find the build history. What are all the projects that I have built? What are how what whether it is a success? What is the status? All the details. These are all the jobs. Okay, job 1, job 6. These are all the job ID. If I want some statistics on a particular job, click on this job. I can get these statistics. Okay, so sure, these are all the build history that has been made on those jobs. Yes. So you can find what is the when this started. Okay, so here what activity that is are performed. So while going on this discussion, I will let you know in depth all those things. Now, my intention is to make you understand how to configure this Jenkins. Okay, how to configure Jenkins in a Windows or in a Linux environment. So if it is a Linux environment, so here this is the same process that you need to follow. Okay, so the same process that you need to follow. But here, what you need to do here is, so here you want to look into this username and password into the different locations. Instead of C colon here, C colon program files here, the location in Linux is different. That's all. By default in Linux, kindly make a note. It will be under var lib Jenkins. The secret word password var lib Jenkins. Here you find a folder initial. Here you find a folder admin password. This alone is different. Okay, this alone is different. We already discussed the installation process associated with Ubuntu. So you just go through the video session. You try with Ubuntu. The only you want to follow the same set of process. The only difference here is the location of the password. Here you can find this. In Windows, it is under C colon. Okay, Jenkins. Under the Windows program files, under program files, you have a Jenkins folder. Under the Jenkins folder, you can find another folder called the secret, under which you can find the initial working. That is the only difference associated between Windows and Linux installation. All other things are same. Yes, it is clear. So try and come up with your installation. If everything is perfect, okay, so here you will have this screen. Okay, once again I open this screen, click on this screen. If you type localhost 8080, so it will open this Jenkins. You want to type the username and password and click on login, so it will take you to this Jenkins. If you couldn't log in, what you need to check, so go to the services. Go to the services. Under services, you want to stop. Okay, under services tab, you go to this Jenkins, and you can find the status that need to be running. If not, you can't open the Jenkins under localhost :8084. Okay, so this is the way by which you need to reconfigure Jenkins, and here the configured Jenkins has been connected using your credentials, and it is running on the port number 80. Do you have any doubt?